Hey YouTube, Team Sorcerers here, Richician, and I'm going to show you guys my collections. Almost all of them, you might say. I do have collections of favourite cards in certain favourite categories, but I think I'm going to save those for another time, for when I do some top 10 favourites lists. But for now, I'm going to show you all the other collections that I have. Whether or not the other members will do the same, I'm not quite sure. But I thought I'd do it anyway. Start these kinds of videos again on this channel. So let's start off with my collection of band cards. Ooh, sorry about the glare, by the way. Yeah, this Change of Heart is pretty banged up. It's the first copy of Change of Heart I ever got. There's lots of talk of the possibility of Max C coming back. Whether it will or not, I don't know. Apparently something like Max C might be needed once we get Crystron Needle Fiber, or whatever its new name is now, which is hard to say. And I mean, to be fair, Called by the Grave can stop Max C. I think it would be cool to see it back. Don't know if it's a good idea or a bad idea, but I don't know. I really like Max C though. He's my second favourite hand trap, first being Battle Fader. I've decided though that if it does come back, I'm going to play it in every single deck I have, because why not? I mean, I'm sure other people will do the same, but I'm going to do it. And what we have here is a page of band numbers. And almost a full page of performing monsters. 2 performer pals, 1 perform mage. And that's it for band cards. And now, what I have here, I don't remember if I showed this off on my other channel, collections of ghost beefs and mild turkeys, the most ridiculous yet funniest cards in the game, or normal monsters. And I decided to collect them. Don't know how many I'm gonna aim to collect. I just basically grabbed the opportunity to, really. But these are separated because these are ones from last year's Megatin Mega Pack. I don't know, I guess I'll just collect them until I fill up all these remaining pages. Alright, next up, my number collection, which has 5 spots left to be filled up, as does anyone else's number collection. Obviously, this is where numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4, the Gates of Numeron cards will go. Once Konami finally prints them. I mean, it's been over 5 years since they appeared in the Zeal anime. What's the hold up with making them real cards? Speaking of real cards, oh god, I love that ultimate rare Crimson Shadow Armor Ninja. Like, some of these I even forgot existed, not gonna lie. Ultimate rare Dyson Sphere. Big Eye's a love-hate card of mine. I like using it, but I hate it when the Cornetto is used against me. Shockmaster is actually my most hated number. Yeah, it's a series of cards that I like, but there's a few that I hate with a passion, like Shockmaster. Like, so degenerate. Good thing it wasn't around when Tellarknights were a thing, that's for sure. Leviathan Dragon. I think the second number I ever obtained. Obviously the first one being Utopia, and I don't know if Terabyte's either the second or the third one, I don't know. Shark Drake, Express Gaming's favourite number. Whether or not it's his favourite Xyz, I'm not quite sure. But here's my favourite number, of course, Utopia. Hope Harbinger is another number that I hate, because it's the Churia Beast, an old arch nemesis of mine in Xyz form. Bagusko I also hate, because it's ridiculously stally. Volcasaurus, there's another one of my favourites. A Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon I like as well. Its ultimate rare version is so cool. I wish I had the room to play these in my Dark Magician extra deck. Rhapsody and Berserk is another number that I hate. Because it's sole release on legs, cheap shot banish card. I remember one time where someone I know actually banished all 3 copies of Elemental Hero Neos. 2 of them were banished by this guy, 1 was by Bottomless. Like, this was during a game like 5 years back when I used Neos Beatdown. That was just not nice. Heartland Draco, Great and Crystal Beasts. Crazy Box is fun. There's the other missing number, number 89, which at the time of recording is just a Shonen Jump prize card. I feel maybe I should just get the Japanese version. Like, Japanese versions of certain cards are much cheaper. Thunderspark Dragon's another number that's been long forgotten about. It's quite difficult to fulfill the requirements of the second effect. Utopia Kaiser. Probably one of the main cards from Battles of Legend 3 that was a nightmare to get. I'm just glad that my bosses got this one for me and just gave it to me, and another one I picked up in a trade. And here are the over 100 numbers, including a Ghost Rare Galaxy Ice Tachyon Dragon. And I decided to add a Utopic Dark Infinity as well. And now here's my Ghost Rare collection, which I haven't shown off for a long time. Yeah, decided to collect the Ghost Rares, and it wasn't easy, especially collecting the older ones. Some say that they miss Ghost Rares and want them back in the main sets. I'd be okay with that, but then I'd have to go through the trouble of collecting them all over again. Oh yes, this is a no-name Rainbow Neos, which I think I picked up off Max B. Yeah, these are the Ghost Rares that are the hardest ones to get, if not two of them. I hear a first edition Stardust and first ed Black Rose in Ghost Rare is worth like hundreds of pounds, maybe even almost £1,000. Well, maybe £1,000 is an exaggeration, but they're definitely worth a lot all the same. Unless I'm mistaken, Ancient Fairy Dragon is the only banned Ghost Rare. There's Majestic Star Dragon, one of my favourite dragons of all time. They are great to look at. On to the GX era now. Ghost Rare Galaxy Eyes looks cool, though I prefer it in Ultra. Ghost Excalibur is cool. And here we have another Ghost Rare Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. And on to Arc 5. Oh yeah, that's a thought. Dark Rebellion, Xyz Dragon and Clear Wing were also very hard to get. And here's the last two. Red Ice Flare Metal Dragon and Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend. I used to have the Ghost Golds, but I had to sell them because I needed to make some money. I don't know whether or not I'll collect the Ghost Golds again. Not sure. And now for the collections that I'm most proud of. Starting with character deck collections. Starting with the King of Games himself, Yugi / Atem. I hope this video is really enjoyable for all the nostalgic Yu-Gi-Oh players. God, the pages are hard to turn. Actually, where are my Silent Swordsman cards? They might be a bit further along. Here they are. I have a funny feeling I'm missing a card from Duelist Pack Ancient Millennium. Oh no, never mind. I thought I was missing this guy, but I'm not. Never mind. Yeah, these weren't easy to get. I thought for a moment I didn't show that page. And here's all his fusions. By the way, I know Arcana Knight Joker didn't appear in the original series anime, but because Yugi did have the Pokenites and polymerization, it's plausible that he probably did have it. Whereas this guy made an appearance in that movie where this kid pulled Red Eye's Black Dragon from a pack and Yugi used it in a duel against Kaiba. It was never dubbed in English. Oh, this was a birthday present which I think came from Tobias, an ultimate rare Dark Paladin. That is awesome. And we have the Duelist Kingdom cards, compliments of the very first Legendary Dex box. And now let's get our game on and have a look at Jaden's deck, shall we? Again, although Neosalius and Pathfinder didn't appear in the anime, I guess it is plausible that he had them. That was my mindset at the time. So yeah, as you can probably see, I'm only collecting cards which the characters used in the anime. I'm ignoring the manga because I've never actually read any of the mangas, except one Yu-Gi-Oh! GX one, the manga book which had The Shining as a promo. But other than that, I've never read any of the mangas. Check it out, Ultimate Rare Hero Flash. I actually tried to run Hero Flash in my skeleton character Jaden deck. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Dead Universe Comics used to have these tournaments where we have to use character cards. There'd be a specific list of cards that a character used that we have to use, and the rest of the deck can be whatever we want, basically. So that was the general idea. Did Uni only ever held 5 of those, and they haven't done them for a couple of years. I guess after a while a lot of people lost interest, which was a pity. But I did really well in the last 2 that I played in. I finished 2nd with my Yugi deck, which was, well, it was, I had 2 Yugi decks at the time, my pure Yugi deck and a Yugi deck specifically made for the event. Same with Jaden, I did the same thing. And then I used the Jaden deck in the last one, and somehow finished joint first with Aaron, who was using Jack Atlas, Red Dragon Archfiend. Anyway, speaking of Jaden, here's all his awesome fusions, including the legendary Shining Flare Wingman, my favourite hero, and Flame Wingman, his favourite card. And Rainbow Neos, my second favourite fusion monster. And let's rev it up with Yusei now. I haven't actually used my character decks in a long time. They've just been up there on a shelf in my room, just doing nothing. We'll look into doing some character duels in the future. Of course, they'll be easier to do come the day when this new master rule comes into effect. Yes, I have heard all about that. I have mixed feelings about these rules. I mean, while it's great that I can play Elemental Heroes and Rainbow Neos the way I used to before Lynx came along, at the same time, I'm just not sure it's a good idea, because decks that were put in check by Master Rule 4 can just be absolutely ridiculous and OP again. And here's all Yusei's amazing synchros. We've got Majestic Star Dragon again, and Shooting Star, and my favourite synchro in the game, Stardust Dragon. And now let's high-five the sky with Yuma's cards, or be like, Katsubingu! God, why do I have 2 Gagaga Magicians in 2 different rarities? Well, speaking of high-five the sky, and here we go, and we have another number collection here, all of which are cards that Yuma and Astral ended up with ownership of. So yeah, it's a collection within a collection. For those who don't know, I usually hunt down 2 copies of the numbers to put in this collection and my actual number collection. It's kind of weird that somehow all the numbers didn't appear in the anime. Look, there's another spot for another copy of number 89. Now, well, I don't collect the number C and number S forms of the numbers for my number collection. I do collect them for this collection. As again, Yuma does come into ownership of them, and Astral. Here's 2 of my other favourite exceeds, Utopia Ray V and Utopia Ray Victory. Victory looks awesome as an ultimate rare. I love it. I don't actually think this card's been reprinted. All this, for that matter. No, I actually don't think it has. They have, because I don't remember Ray Victory being in the 2014 Mega Pack. That's crazy. Oh yes, and I've got the other forms of Utopia as well, Beyond and Roots. And here's all the other exceeds he uses, including Excalibur, which was given to him by, oh god, I forgot the name of the guy who plays the Bouncers in the Heroic Monsters. Oh man, why can't I remember? Mind you, it's been a long time since I watched Zeal. Our Cowboy for game as well. There we go. Gauntlet Launcher. And now for one of my very best collections, my Dark Magician collection. Like, for those who don't know, I collect prints of Dark Magician, which came out in the TCG. Literally, I literally have every print of it that's ever been in the TCG. I've got 3 Power of Chaos Yugi ones, which is the rarest one, if not one of the rarest ones. The promo from Dark Duel Stories, the second rarest, again, if not one of the rarest. And a few from Legend of Blue Eyes, that's 6 of those, and a whole bunch of them from Starter Deck Yugi, which is my favourite print. I prefer this artwork over all the others. Yeah, because it's the one from the anime, that's what I grew with. Oh, here's the one signed by Dan Green himself. For those who don't know, I actually met Dan Green at London Comic Con 2 years ago. It was the greatest day of 2017, meeting him, and Eric Stewart as well. Yeah, Dan Green signed this, Eric Stewart signed the Blue Eyes. It was awesome. And I've got a picture of myself with the 2 of them. I'm just going to bring it up real quick. There's the one from the Retro Pack and a couple from Dark Legends. It was a set that came out in America. Yeah, here's the picture, by the way. Yeah, that was awesome. Oh, and the camera keeps focusing on the faces. I've got a whole bunch from the 2003 Collectible tin. Speaking of which, I think I may have gone past the other Collectible tin one. Yeah, here we go. The one from the 2002 tin, and yes, unfortunately, that is a crease right there. I'm so mad about that, but because it was my fault, because I accidentally sat on it and bent it. How, you might ask? Well, I used to use this Dark Magician and two other versions of this card, which are in a past format deck, in my current format Dark Magician deck, and for some reason I took it out the deck for a moment, probably to do a thumbnail or something, and I put it down at an angle on a sofa, and then I sat on it and dented it. I was like, no! That was annoying. And then I've got a few from Dark Beginnings 1, but before I do show that, I have another signed one, which I think was by my friend Darkness L 1989, I think. I can't actually tell. Yes, it is. I can make out his signature. So yeah, I've got 5 of those, and a whole bunch of the rares from Duelist Pack Yugi. Really don't understand why he was a rare and Blue Eyes was a super. Like, he should have had the hollow treatment as well. And there's a couple from Duelist Pack Battle City, and a few from FL1. I forget what it is. I think it was like a special pack called Forbidden Legacy. I'm not sure. And here's a whole bunch from the original Legendary Collection, one of which is signed by Darkness L 1989. A playset of Shonen Jump promos, all of which were given to me. One from Davies, another from the Godfather himself, Dell's Logos 3D printing. I can't remember who the other one came from. And here's another of the toughest ones to get. The one from Legendary Collection 3, Yugi's World. Like, seriously, I must have opened so many packs of that set and didn't get a single one. And I've literally only ever seen one other person pull it from a pack, and I'd like to say it was Jobber, not quite sure. And oh my god, we're 34 minutes in. This is a long collection opening. I'm so sorry. I'm almost at the end. And here's a whole bunch of super rares from Starter Deck Yugi Evolution. God, I have a ton of them. And for those who are wondering how many I own, I've lost count. I must have about 220, which is crazy because I only intended to collect them until I had 100. And the story behind that was a friend of mine, Brendan, wanted to collect 100 copies of his favourite card, Perfect Machine King, 50 Ultimate and 50 Ultra, which he eventually did manage to do, and I wanted to do the same, just collect Dark Magicians until I owned 100. Now I've got over double that amount. And here's a bunch of commons from the Spellcaster's Judgment Structure deck, which was the 6th one that was ever released. Here's one from the Duelist League. Oh, and here's some from the starter deck Yugi Reloaded. 3 commons and a page of ultimate rares. Even picked up a 10th one. And that's the common from the legendary decks. I've got 4 of the Arcana Dark Magician and a playset of the Dark Magician from the Gadget deck in Legendary Decks 1. Speaking of which, I do want to get that again, because I actually want to have some pick up those decks again and play some duels with them. I think that would be something fun to do with my friends. Oh, and here's the gold ones from the Dark Side of Dimensions movie pack. Promo normal one and the original ultra rare print. Here's the dual terminal ones. These were very tough to get. I think one of these, don't remember which one it was, cost over £50. But yeah, it's me. I have a problem when it comes to getting Dark Magicians. Yeah, I wanted to throw these in. And here's 4 that are from the 2016 Megatin. Here's the one from Legendary Decks number 2, the common from Structure Deck Yugi, which gave us the new gadget stuff. Playset of the Ultra... Wait. Oh, no, it's not the promo from the 2017 Megatins. It's the one from the Collector's Edition. Here's one from Duelist Saga. It's another jump promo thing, only it was a special jump card. And here's a whole bunch of the 2017 promo. Express Gaming and Brute Boy play this version in their Dark Magician decks. And here's a few from Legendary Decks 3. And the promo from the Special Edition. What the hell was that? Oh, that's just my chain tapping on the metal ring. Yeah, here's the Speed Duel versions. The one from the starter deck and the tournament pack one, which also was not cheap. And here's the promo from Dual Power. And some others in different languages. We've got a Korean Legend of Blue Eyes one, and the original print of the Arcana one. I'm assuming that's from a Japanese starter deck, and that's... I don't know if that's French or Spanish. Because it says Sombra, I'm assuming Spanish. Wait, no, it might actually be French. Because this looks like French writing. I am so sorry if I get the two of them mixed up. And this is my Dark Magician card collection, which, well, it is what it is. I think I should move these along because poor old Mana is all alone over there. This collection, of course, will be increased once I get the stuff from Legendary Duelist Magical Hero. I feel like I should build a separate Dark Magician deck that uses cards that I don't use in my proper Dark Magician deck. Oh yes, here's a Japanese playset of Eternal Souls, which I was given, and this was before we got it in English. And this is my Elemental Hero collection. Including a secret rare Sparkman. And Burstinatrix and Avian. Don't know why Clayman didn't get the secret rare treatment. Poor guy. Or an alternate art for that matter. Mind you, I do prefer original artworks of monsters. The alternate arts are nice, but I prefer the original. And here we go, showing off the fusions again. I wish this Shining Flare Wingman was in better condition, but what can you do? Quite proud of this, an ultimate rare Thunder Giant. Oh, and a Wild Wingman. I did not do this to that Steam Healer, by the way. That was like that when I got it. It breaks my heart seeing a card like this banged up. Here's a couple of Neos cards, like my original Neos Wise Man. And another Rainbow Neos. And here's all the Neos Neospatian stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you. Japanese ultra rare Neos, compliments of an old friend, Margin Sage of Darkness, who was a Yugi tuber, stopped doing it a few years back. I miss his videos, including his Rainbow Neos and Elemental Hero Duel videos. And here's my Masked Hero collection. Now, we still are missing a few Masked Heroes, actually. Like a level 6 Light Monster. What else are we missing? A level 8 Fire. And I think that's it. And here's all the extra heroes. I heard that we are getting another one which supports evil heroes. Speaking of which, here's that Japanese or dusted gold. Don't know if I showed this in a video on my old channel, but yeah, I bought a Japanese version because it got so annoying opening pack after pack after pack of Legendary Duelist 5, Immortal Duelist, and not pulling a single copy of this card. Like, I must have opened about 60 packs and no such luck. I hate how the new evil heroes were made hard to get. I hope they get reprinted soon or drop down in price. Malicious Bane. I was lucky enough to get that from my box opening at least. And here's my Destiny Hero collection. Out a Champ Pack Fearmonger. It's the original printed disc Commander, which I've had for 12 years now. I got the game, or was it World Championship 2007 for Christmas 12 years ago, and this was in it, and I've had it ever since, even in my Destiny Hero deck. And here's Dogma and Plasma, two of my favourites in the archetype. And then we have all the fusions. And finally, the Vision Heroes. Wait a minute. Do I not have increase? Oh wow. I didn't pick up an increase for this collection, but I can easily fix that. Because it just so happens that I picked one up the other day. The plan was, I was thinking about playing the Vision Hero engine, triple Faris, double increase in my Rainbow Neos deck, because it seems like a good idea. But I didn't even realise that increase was missing from this collection. I actually can't believe that. I could have sworn that I had every single Vision Hero, but apparently I don't. And I just know that Express Gaming is going to have a laugh about this, and maybe Gamer Central as well, but more likely Express Gaming usually points out stuff like this in our chats and brings up something like this now and then. There we go. Now I've got all the Vision Heroes in here. You know what they say, leave no doubt. So yeah, if I do want to use that engine in Rainbow Neos, I'm going to have to pick up 2 more of this, and of course a play set of this. And here's a few Japanese cards that I got given as presents. A bunch of fake cards from a fake booster pack. Oh, and these are all cards that I picked up as trophies for winning a few things, like mini tournaments online, or this little tournament thing where with every win you'd get a pack, and there'd be 3 or 4 rounds of it. This was done at London MCM back in 2006, and actually one of the Trotters Edgeware tournaments, and any cards I pulled from them, like Spellbinding Circle, Mystic Tomato, and Bazoo, for instance, they'd be kept as trophies. This I actually won in an online tournament with my Dark Magician Knights deck. Ah, yes, now, I know what you're thinking. Wait, you hate Trickstars. Why do you have Trickstar cards? Well, these were from packs which were given out as prizes for completing that extreme challenge where me, Gamer Central, and Carlton went through a series of challenges, got points for them. It was crazy. There was sherbet, fudge with worms in them, hot sauce, tequila, and a spider. Yeah, the spider wasn't fun. And so I believe I pulled one of these, and oh yeah, there was also cash that we were given as well as prizes, and basically, as a bonus, we could earn extra points if we ate the whole spider. Oh, by the way, it was a canned tarantula, which seems to be edible. I do not advise trying things like this, by the way. Yeah, it was nuts, and we mixed it with ice cream and stuff. But the others threw in a mixture of everything, which I ate and got sick. Well, I didn't get... Well, I threw up, but I didn't get ill or anything. I was fine afterwards, and I got given the Candina and the Reincarnation. I was like, oh, thanks. And they were like, it's alright, we got money, it's fine. It was wild. Yeah, here's the Blue Eyes that got signed by Eric Stewart, and the mascot of my original team, Porch Pigeon for Life. And here's a collection of cat cards, because well, I like cats. Oh, apparently I've got 2 watch cats. I was only meant to pick up 1, but oh well. And here's a bunch of other Japanese cards. God, I can't believe this collection video is almost an hour long. Then again, it's because I've been telling stories. Yeah, and that is it. I guess it's just as well that I didn't show the other collections I have, because we've been here a while. So yeah, that is it. Those are my main collections. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Apologies that this video ended up being longer than I thought it would be. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.